So, Paul, you have this new post-Emerson quartet life, and among other things, we're playing piano trios.
We are. I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier.
Well, what do you love about piano trios that you don't miss about quartet?
Well, they're not they're not string quartets in so many different ways. Probably one of the first ways is that there's no viola.
That was what I was going to say too.
It's a cheap shot, but that's what I'm all about. That's what I'm all about.
For people who don't play in piano trios, they may not realize that the pianist works about 5 times harder than we do, right?
I've noticed that from pianists in piano trios that I've known throughout my life. Sometimes they have a kind of hunted look about them, because there are just so many notes, right? So many notes.
So in the sound of a piano trio, you've talked to me a little bit about the difference of the role of a cellist between quartet and trio.
It's different, isn't it? Yeah. I know. Well, it'd be interesting to see what you think about being the violinist as well. But I love the analogy that I heard from the longtime cellist of the Quatuor Eben, great French quartet, and he likened his role in the string quartet to being that of the trunk of a tree, which I thought was just a beautiful thing, and that the other 3 were branches, bigger and smaller, at different places in the tree, but really what his role was in terms of the sound and also the sort of musicality of the quartet was being there and being able to sway in the wind, but not too much, kind of, so there was this really sort of central role. And I love that way of playing quartets. In the piano trio, it's a little different because you get to play more high register material, particularly as the trio develops. Even in Beethoven, there are some licks. I'm thinking of the last movement of Opus 70 number 1 and 70 number 2. And even earlier on, where Beethoven exploits the higher register of the cello, in a way that he really waited until the very late quartets to do. You're not. It's almost a little bit more liberating. You don't feel that you have to be the furnace of the group. You can come up into the light. You're coming up from the engine room a little bit. I think that would be my analogy.
Oh, so great! So come hear us play all the Beethoven piano trios on 3 programs in Portland, Oregon at Chamber Music Northwest.